episode of Unbalanced Encounters Rally. I'm your host, Patrick Perini, and I am joined in the studio today by Sayer Roberts.
Hi.
Sam Oliver.
Hi.
Emily Graymore.
Hello.
Craig Pates.
I'm clutching my pearls.
And Cinderblock Sally. We will kill the Empressor! And welcome to the only show that dares to ask, what if we were stronger,
I'm sure listeners can tell, but for both the intro and that moment right there, Patrick stepped back from the mic.
Compressors can only do so much.
He was powering up.
I don't know if Patrick knows what Dragon Ball Z is, but that was a Dragon Ball Z moment for Patrick.
Do I not know what Dragon Ball Z is?
I'm just saying.
How y'all feeling?
Ready.
Good.
Ready.
Let's go.
Totally chilling like a
Ready,
normal person.
Frederick.
Y'all ready to fuck up some blood vines?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That was fun.
Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Everybody shake it out. Everybody get the wiggles
Great,
out.
so that takes me.
Pick up your axes and your bows and your spell books, because we are in the middle of the final fight. And the five of you stand in the curious absence of Nasir Antony, a name that, even now, begins to lose its meaning, like you've said it too many times in a row. In many ways, this man shaped your lives. Each decision a branch in a dam set to channel and direct and command. And yet, you forget his influence as easily as the river forgets the abandoned dam. Branches in time, washed away as mulch. Saphra. In the days since your death, you've made peace with your decision to slake a stranger's desert thirst. But if any shred of guilt remained, it washes away now, as the man alone in the desert becomes a distant dream, and you are left only with the lightness of knowing that in this, or any other lifetime, you would make the right choice. Mel is likewise cleansed of the need to revile a thing that never existed. Branvir is at peace wherever he is. And this matters so much more than the fate of whatever brought him to his end. Next is Isaac, whom for the latter half of his life had the benefit of interfacing not with a man, but with a title. The office of High Scepter remains, as do the letters and threats. But now they are empty. The hollow bluffs of distant empire, too bloated and ambitious to ever follow through. Turns out Isaac was right all along. This High Scepter character was bluffing, because he didn't exist. Guard, you too forget the face of High Scepter Nasir Antony. He slips beneath the waves of your newfound sea of memory. Your unboxing remains an unceremonious affair, with some other faceless bureaucrat pulling out nails and presenting you to the Empressor you now know to have been an illusion. In the end, High Scepter was just some fucking guy. Younger than you by countless millennia, and bound by the same rules of flesh and blood and bond as all other mortals. And now he is gone. June, by proximity, forgets last. Antony's bond unravels beneath her blade and slips around its cutting edge. She has made a choice. An irreversible imposition of her will over the universe, and in one desperate moment is filled with regret. Her bond hand reaches out, grasping at the consequences of her decision, the threads of fate she cannot master. But it will all be in vain. She has killed her father's killer. She has destroyed his dam, sundered his legacy, and cast him into oblivion. She will never remember his name again. And in a small way, she will always be sorry for it. Nasir Antony is gone, in body and soul, and no one will ever remember his existence. But the scars of his actions remain. The deaths, the will. As June's memories rewrite themselves, her blame shifts from the man behind the blood vines to the blood vines themselves. She looks up and sees blood-red bonds grope at the body of the god thing upon the throne. It twitches and jerks to life like a puppet bade to act. Red bond marionette strings pull at ancient joints that crack and bleed with exertion. Its jaw hangs loose as if to speak for one eerie moment, before it vomits out a trunk-like vine. The vine writhes and probes until at last it pushes beyond the ceiling of this space, disappearing into another plane of existence. Then, 3 more suppurating tendrils wrench from the Empressar's broken body, similarly delving into a distant nether. Nasir Antony is gone, but his will to power remains, manifest in this false god, the Empressar. And it is their turn. First on deck, the biggest threat in the room, Juniper Snowthorn. Does a 25 hit? Excuse me, does a 24 hit?
Oh, yeah.
Big difference.
Just hits.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, and you are going to take 30 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, no.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, I got a 7.
You see a small, wispy tendril peel off of the trunk-like vine rooted to the ceiling, whip itself at you, jam itself up your nose, and wrench itself into your brain. In addition to taking the necrotic damage, you are also under the effects of Dominate Person until the end of your next turn.
Is that that's not a charmed effect, is it?
It is.
It
Technically,
is.
if it's the spell.
Do
Yeah.
you have? It is. Do you have advantage? You do have Fey ancestry. You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed. So roll that
Oh.
again.
Right, and roll really good this time, please.
Yeah, please.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Oh, perfect. That's a 12.
Make sure you're adding Isaac's +4.
Oh, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
That actually might. No, it doesn't.
You're teasing us, Patrick!
I had to check.
You dirty dog!
This thing is gonna fuck you guys up if you're not very careful. That is one of its 2 attacks. It is now gonna go after. I'm gonna roll for it. Okay, interesting. It's gonna go after Spinx.
No.
That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Spinx takes 32 points of necrotic damage.
Poof. He vanishes out of existence. He is not alive anymore.
Oh, wow.
Oh, bug.
Yep.
I think, Safra, that what you see is a distant echo of the hate rained down on you and your family for generations. As one of these vines wraps itself around Spinx's throat, pulls him against the ground, knocks him out, and he vanishes.
I'm assuming the cannon as well that was on his back just kind of clatters to the ground.
That is this thing's whole turn. And with that, the camera chases up this trunk-like vine, vanishing into the dimensional rift that it has torn into the ceiling. And we move into the nether space, seeing these vines heave onto the battlefield and begin to lift and throw Tanine after Tanine in a petulant fit. A final display of wrath. It is going for the Reclaimer, and the tides have turned.
Come on, Smoke Spirit.
Do your thing.
We are at the top of the initiative order, and at the top of the initiative order, we are going to be playing a little mini game next round.
Ooh.
Because this round,
Oh.
we are going to jump to something that happened a little while ago. Guard,
Me? Okay, yes. Hello.
you are standing in an ancient cistern deep beneath the city of Altair, staring at divine filigree, the rough-hewn conduits of guardians built by the earliest possessors of runic magic. The bridge between the divine and the mortal. Oh, and Scrumpy's there with you. And his jaw is on the floor as he watches you call out to the guardians of this place. God, what in the fuck is going on?
We've been sleeping for too long. I'm waking us up. Guard doesn't really move that much while this is happening. I think Guard places his hands along these old stones and this old runic filigree, and as he does, you almost can see these very faint lines running along the stonework that to a casual observer might just look like wear and tear. But then as Guard puts his hands on them, you see that they almost are... His hands fit those indents a little too well. And as he runs his hands along these lines, it is as if it is something he has done 100 times before. It is as if these stones were built for these hands to move across, and almost like a slow-moving lightning bolt, the glow that we see within Guard when he rages starts to pulse out of these stones in like very faint webwork, and each time it pulses, it just goes out a little farther and a little farther and a little farther.
And Guard, you feel a tremendous surge of connection to the world. The Guard that we know, the Guard that can be defined as your cumulative experiences in not even this body, but recent bodies. The Guard that was walled off for so long from his connection to guardianship by another man's force of will. Feels free. The kind of freedom that one only finds when one is very much at home. And you see that all of these channels begin to fill and glow, and as they do, areas of wear that maybe had eroded were less visible become distinct, clear. And Scrumpy kind of moves to the center of the room and says, I don't want to put myself too far out there, God, but I think I can read this. I know what these are trying to do. That one there. And he points up to a little corner. I think that controls the flow of water through the sewer system. And this one over here, these are the gates. They must have had something that was obturative on the gates. Some sort of force or something, force field or something.
You can read them. Can you wield them?
I mean, I got to admit, I'm a bit rusty. I could give it a shot if all they need is a little bit of a gentle push.
You've done this before. You can do this again.
Right. God, good luck.
Don't strain yourself to the point of death. When this is over, and Guard kind of looks up, it would be good to have a new runic teacher in this place.
He swallows hard and nods. I think I could do that. All right. And he takes a step back, and we see his pupils narrow into lizard-like slits as he unfocuses and takes in this runic chamber. And that is going to have big mechanical implications next round.
Yay!
We are to Guard's turn. You have one of the fossas gnawing at your feet. You are standing off against one of these blood wardens, and you are watching this massive mat of blood vines kill your friends. What do you do?
Seeing the fossa to one side of me, the warden, and then off to the other side, seeing this branch going into Juniper's nose, making her go crazy. I am going to take my first attack, and I am going to aim for the branch that is affecting Juniper.
Amazing.
And it's the final fight, so what if I didn't do reckless attacks? Wouldn't that be frustrating?
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
And that
It's
just
a one time.
wild.
Yeah, 26.
26 absolutely hits.
14 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2
26 points of damage.
to the branch.
You bring your axe down and cleave the branch off, and you see that it starts to worm its way deeper into June.
Oh. I thought it
Ew.
would kill that.
Yeah.
Could I attempt to grapple it and try to pull it out with my second
absolutely.
attack?
Absolutely.
All right. So with my second attack, switch the axe to one hand, grab hold of the branch as it's trying to go up her nose, and just try to shunt it out.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This thing is gonna go ahead and make its roll to resist this. It is gonna get a +6 to this roll, so nothing actually super crazy here.
What should I roll?
If you're gonna roll athletics, you're gonna have advantage on it from raging. If you beat this, June is gonna immediately get another wisdom saving throw at advantage for Fey ancestry.
Okay.
Set a +6 to this roll.
Did it roll well?
You gotta beat a 26.
Oh, easy.
It crit? Oh my
Easy.
god.
26 meets it, beats it.
Nice.
Oh my god. Fucking somebody get the Dice's agents.
Nobody messes with Juniper.
All right, June, you get another wisdom saving throw at advantage right now.
Out of her nose. Oh, thank God. 26.
June, you feel this thing wrench out of your nose and a trickle of blood drips down to the corner of your mouth.
Sorry, that was me.
With the rest of my turn, as I'm pulling it out, I just make eye contact with June so I see that she's like her again. And then I throw the branch on the ground and just stomp on it a bunch.
It's dead. It's absolutely dead. Well done.
Pneumatic, like.
Incredible. Okay, that's guard. That's action. Do you have movement or bonus?
I don't think there's an advantageous place for me to move. I think I'm good. And for bonus, I don't have a bonus that I want to use right now. So no, that is my turn.
Okay. All right, Mel, you are on the ground. I believe you've just been cruised. You are next to Safra. You were next to Sphinx. June's Echo is still within 5 feet of you. You are pretty far from most enemies. You're about 10 feet. You're about 10 feet from Grunt and his cluster of enemies. You're probably about 20-something feet from Isaac and his. And the nearest thing to you is the vine that just choked Sphinx out.
I think we're just gonna charge right into the nearest enemy, which sounds like it's on Sphinx.
Well, Sphinx is gone. Sphinx is dead
It's
now.
on where Sphinx was.
It's on where Sphinx was. So it's about 5 feet away from you, just hovering there.
Let's get that then.
Yeah, fucking go.
Gonna attack it with some green flame blade.
Okay, hit it.
Yeah.
24 to hit.
24 absolutely hits.
All right. So that will be 11 regular damage, and with a little bit of green flame blade English on it.
Yeah.
6.
You try to cut into this thing, and you see that your rapier kind of glances off, and the green flame blade does encircle it and do damage, but it doesn't look like the piercing damage did quite what you wanted it to.
That's annoying.
Then I'm going to use my movement to run towards guards surrounded by fossas.
Guard has a fossa and a blood warden at his ankles currently.
Okay, I'm going to use my movement to head towards that clump, and as I run, I'm gonna shout out to June, all you need is deep inside you, trust your heart just as I do. Granting inspiration.
Thank you.
All right, Bardic Inspiration to June. All right, June, you get hit by this Bardic Inspiration. You are currently staring down at this dead and rotting blood vine on the ground. Guard has a cluster of enemies. Isaac has a cluster of enemies, and there are more of these vines. Specifically, there are 3 more of them. 1 up into the ceiling, and 2 more kind of probing out into the space.
I'm gonna use my second wind bonus action.
Can heal some.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Because your girl is very squishy. It's not a whole lot, but that's okay. I'm gonna go at the Blood Warden that's next to Guard. The quarterstaff attack.
Yep, fuck him up.
It's a 25 to hit.
Nice.
Yeah, that fucking hits. Jesus.
Okay. 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And
Stunning.
throw stunning. Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Always.
Let me do the thing. Con save, right? That's a 5. He's stunned. So you have advantage on everything else.
Cool. I'll do it again with another quarterstaff attack. That is a 18 to hit.
That misses. That was with advantage?
That was with advantage.
Yeah, that misses.
But
Okay, so that's movement, action, and bonus. I think that's it for June's turn. And this warden is now stunned. Safra, we are around to you.
Safra witnesses what just obviously happened to Sphinx. She's big mad. So, and she also just saw what happened when Mel tried to slice this thing. She saw that the slice kind of bounced off, but the fire kind of got it a little bit into it. She pulls out one of the little vials of sap, flicks off the cork with her thumb, and downs it.
Oh shit! What? Why? Yeah. What are you doing?
She doesn't know. All she knows
doing?
Is that it made Sphinx big and powerful, and she's hoping it'll do the same to her.
Okay.
Everything's branches
Okay.
up noses, sap
First things first.
down the gullet.
Please roll me a
great.
con save.
I got a 10.
Meets it, beats it. You succeed.
Yeah.
What are you channeling this into? Because again, sap is usually used to upcast a spell.
She's got her bow. She's not pulling out an arrow as normal. She just pulls back the string, and this divine light arrow just sort of spawns and grows as she pulls it back, getting brighter and brighter. And she's going to let loose Guiding Bolt into this thing.
Oh shit, you know Guiding Bolt, right?
I do. I have it at third.
So if you cast it at third, you can upcast it to fourth.
Okay, that's awesome.
76 of radiant damage. Interestingly, the fuck enough.
Yeah, that's why I thought, give me that holy power, baby, against this monstrosity. Yeah, I'm rhyming.
Okay, go ahead. Roll. You have to roll the attack. You have to roll an attack.
Yes. I will. A 14.
You got any way to fucking juice it?
1 second. 1 moment. Do I have any way of juicing it? Yes, I do. I'm gonna channel divinity.
There it is.
And add a 10 to that roll.
There it
20.
is.
Cool.
Yeah, buddy.
Spectral fire, golden and radiant, twists itself into the shape of an arrow, basket woven and intricately filigreed. And we see the camera pan in circles around Safra as she aims at the blood vine and looses it. A 24 absolutely hits. Please go ahead and roll me 7d6 radiant damage.
23 damage.
Safra, the radiant energy begins to boil this blood vine in place, and you see it recoil in pain. This thing takes 46 points of damage.
Oh, yes! Focus radiant, baby.
I like the sound of that.
And the blood vine dissolves into ash.
How many more times do we have to do that?
What a good question.
All of them. All of the times.
Great.
All the times. The answer is yes.
All right, we are going to move to the Blood Wardens. I am going to do these babies real quick. They are out of most of their spells, so we are just doing attacks. Isaac, 2 hits against you. That's an @1. That's an 18.
Miss.
Cool. We're going to jump to the next one, which is going to close on Mel. 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
10 slashing damage.
Can I intercept one of those attacks? It's going to be reduce the damage target by 1d10 plus 4.
Go ahead and roll. Funnily enough, 1d10 plus 4 is the damage that these things do. You could nullify the whole thing.
Ooh,
9, 10, 11, 12.
That's 0. You take 0.
okay.
June, what does this look like as you grab this thing and prevent it from doing any damage?
I think her, just out of reflex, the first one goes in to hit, and her goes to hit Mel, and she swings back her bow staff to intercept.
And then the next attack, 17.
That is the AC.
13 slashing damage. We're going to take some swings on guard. Miss. Nat 20.
Ooh.
The nat 20 will probably hit.
We are going to roll 2d10 plus 4. I rolled 2 1s.
That's good. I have very low health right now. I was praying to survive a round.
Guard, you take 6 points of damage halved to... you take 6 points of damage halved to 3. Oh, shit. I forgot about the fucking faucets. Hold on.
Yeah, those damn
Yeah.
faucets.
1 hits Isaac for 3 points of piercing damage.
Got it. I hate these fucking weasels. All right.
Fucking kill him. They're very close to death. Speaking of which, Isaac, it is your turn.
Seeing that guiding bolt do all of that, yeah, I'm gonna Spirit Guardians again.
You could move 10 feet and get the rest of them too.
Yes, that's the plan. The plan is to hit these guys and then run over to guard and then hit the rest of them.
Cool. Amazing. All right, go ahead. Spirit Guardians is up. I got to roll a shit ton of
With saves.
Okay, here's for the Fossa. Fossa fails, Fossa dies. The roots
Gosh.
that tendril out from beneath your feet grab this Fossa and rip it in half.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
Wisdom save for the for the Blood Warden. The Blood Warden also fails. Go ahead and please roll damage. He's going to take full.
damage. It's
much?
whopping 6 radiant damage. I rolled 2 ones on my D8.
All right.
And then yes, I would run over to guard and try and hit the rest of.
Going to take a quick opportunity attack from the Blood Warden on you. He misses by country mile. We're going to roll.
Amazing.
Oh man, more fail and succeed. So one of them is going to fail for 6, and the other is going to succeed for 3. Both Blood Wardens are okay. Fossa's going to roll. The Fossa succeeds and has more than 3 hit points. So the one Fossa is going to be okay. So it is now everyone is just in a mosh pit. Everyone in this fight is just in like a 30-foot area surrounding guard who is large, who's taking up like 15 feet. It's a fucking nightmare down there. The only person who's not in this mess is Safra.
As a free action, can Mel cast Prestidigitation and make sparkles and just make it a rave?
Fuck it, sure. All right. We are back around to the Empressar.
Oh no.
And the Empressar has a new biggest threat. Safra. I need you to please make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh lord, my worst stat. Oh, a 14. I don't know if that's any good.
Safra, from the space left behind by the blood vine that you destroyed, you see that the Empressar's head lolls back and one bursts out of its jugular, pushes into the space left behind by the one that you boiled to death, lands on your face, splinters and tendrils, and you feel blood drain from your body. Your wisdom saving throw bonus has now been permanently reduced by 1.
Oh, wow.
No.
And it's got one more thing that it can do this turn. In the mosh, which is occupying roughly a 30-foot area, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
+4.
Oh, I rolled so good.
Did anyone roll less than a 19?
Not me.
I rolled at 12.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Isaac, you and all of the enemies see blood vines descend from the ceiling, grab you, pick you up, and throw you to the 4 corners of the room. Everybody else is unaffected by this. Wildly the fuck enough. So now Mel, Guard, and June are standing in a little cluster. The last remaining Fossa is actually picked up and thrown against the wall so hard that its back breaks and it lands on the ground dead. The other 3 wardens that are still alive, you hear their ceramic armor clatter off the far walls. There's now 1 in the upper left space of this room, 1 in the upper right, and 1 kind of mid-right, all probably about 30 feet away from where they were in the mosh, as this thing scatters all of you. And that is gonna be its turn.
I'm kind of sad. I'm the aura guy, and I got lost.
I know.
Oh, Isaac, I am gonna have you land kind of dead center of the room. And we cut to the afterlife. Can I please get one of you to roll me a d20?
I'll do it. 10.
I rolled a 15. The blood vines pick up several of the Tanine skeletons, snap them like kindling, and throw them onto a pile as the ghosts dissipate into the ether of this space, and they crawl over one another, carrying their way toward the seed of the Reclaimer. The smoke spirit takes up a defensive stance, and one of the vines jukes around, grabs him from behind, and pulls him away from his vigil. And we are back to the top of the initiative order with that mechanic that I was telling you guys about. First things first, let me explain what we are gonna be doing. We are going to visit the city of Altair and your allies that you have stationed cleverly throughout this space. Sherwood, Risa, Hank, Big Paul, Harris, Sligo, and Rami are all trying to defend the innocent lives of Altair against the wardens that have been sent to cleanse the streets of undesirables. What we're going to do for that mechanic harkens back to one of our very first episodes. Each time we see one of these scenes, we are going to play our little wrestling minigame. We're going to have a straight D20 roll-off. The winner of that wins out the scene. And the winner also will have an opportunity to try to win the crowd.
Vive la resistance!
So first things first, we're going to figure out who we're visiting. Could I please get someone to roll me a D6?
I'll do it. It's a 1.
And we cut. We fade in on a city in shambles. The bell has been rung. The order given. Wardens throughout Altair put cobblestones through plate glass and march clusters of suspected rebels towards holding pens. Some of them may have been brave enough to resist the authority of the Empressar, the strong leader that was, in the end, no leader at all. But most have fought only the perception of disobedience. Heads down. Lives lived at all costs. Kept safe by the undying until they are seen as the threat. A baker is dragged from his storefront and shoved into the street. He calls out to his little girl. She is lost and confused in the maelstrom of sharp words and glass that hail around her. Her grip on her doll tightens. With childlike indomitability, she slips past a warden and rushes to her father, but trips and splays out onto the ground. Reflexively, the baker rips free of his captor and bounds toward his girl. He is halted by a sharp shock to the back of his neck and the involuntary spray of blood from his lips. We see a folded blade of space and time pull out from the baker's throat, swing in the air, and remove his head. Its wielder heaves from the magical exertion of his dose of sap, steadies his disastrous blade, and steps over the baker's body like so many sacks of flour. Somewhere in the distance, cannons fire. Agra generals shout ambush orders to minehead boys who leap from the shadows to assail the warden threat. Myconids steal keys and unshackle civilians lucky enough to have only been detained. And the awful din of battle rises up from the valley of the Altair River. And we cut to a familiar man with waist-long mustaches. Sherwood. Commanding Krakow warriors and Tanin shield bearers and a few of the scrappier minehead boys. in an attempt to take the front gate. Now, here's the thing. When I planned this, I was not expecting Guard to figure out how to unlock lair actions for this town. So, the way this is going to work is Scrumpy is going to be able to give you all advantage on any one of these rolls. It can be the initial contest to see who is winning out this scene. It can be the save that you potentially need to make if you lose. Or it could be the roll to see if you could win over the crowd. I am going to let Cinder pick.
I'm gonna gamify it a little bit. Logically, I think the biggest impact here would be the first roll, because if you win the first roll, the saving throw roll becomes irrelevant. So putting it on the saving throw roll doesn't quite matter as much. The audience roll matters, but I think the first one is the one that is going to have the biggest impact. So I think that Guard is going to encourage Scrumpy to be more action-oriented in helping this battle along.
Can I please get a volunteer to roll a d20 at advantage?
Oh, go on then.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I vote Emily.
Emily's going to do it. Cool.
Okay.
Good vote.
Emily, would you like me to roll to tell you what you need to beat?
Yeah, go on.
The Wardens of this space roll a 15.
A 10 was the highest I got.
Okay. All right. You now need to make for Sherwood another d20 roll, effectively a save. You rolled a 10, so the DC that you're trying to beat for this is the difference between the 2 plus 10, which is coincidentally a 15. I want to be clear here. If you fail this roll, it's going to put Sherwood and his boys on the back foot, and they are probably going to need to scatter. If you fail by 5 or more, lives are on the line.
Oh. No. A 6.
Oof.
Yeah.
Sherwood's like 207. He's lived a great life. Let's be real.
It's fine. He's had a good run.
We see Sherwood mustering his troops. A thing that was never really in his heart to do. But he understands the gravity of this moment. And we see him silently calling shots, Krakow with cannon pointed at the front gate, and we see Scrumpy doing his best to hold the gates open, to push back the Warden influence over them. And the Wardens fall back. They let it happen. They let the gates open. And in a moment of triumph, Sherwood leads his men toward them. And then a Warden has a hand on the back of Sherwood's head. And Sherwood reaches for his lute, wings it around, bashes it off of this Warden's head, and the Warden stumbles back, blood running from his scalp. Ashen skin, black filigreed veins, eyes like coal. He spits some tarry blood. Reaches out again. And casts Guiding Bolt on Sherwood. Sherwood is blown back into a crate. And there on the ground, we see what he sees in his final moments as a slew of wardens descend. Not the gray skies of a war-torn Altair, at the pure blue skies above the hills of Minehead.
I'm sorry, audience. If you want to send me hate mail, that's okay. I deserve it. It's fine.
Send it to Yelp.
Send it to
think
Yelp.
Yelp
Send it to Yelp. Write us a Yelp review. Write us a Yelp review.
If there's one place that Emily stays on, it's Yelp.
It's true.
It's the only place.
I loiter
It's the
there
only place.
way too
It's the only
much.
place that she can get up to the messy drama. Is Yelp comments. Everybody good?
The good news is that
so
Warden
sorry.
just lost a spell slot, so I see that as a net positive.
Oh
You know?
boy!
Oh my gosh.
It's true.
I make jokes when I'm panicking.
Somebody had to go first.
Guard. It's your turn.
I'm gonna reach into my chest cavity, pull out the token of Demoiselle, and as I do, the sort of aura of black feathers is going to shimmer around me as I regain 50% of my maximum hit points.
Hell yeah, baby.
Incredible.
And I have Death Ward cast on me. There's like a faint, almost like a shadowy aura, like mostly not opaque, of like just Demoiselle sort of looming over me. I will say that this makes me go from 5 hit points to 50 hit points, which is a pretty big difference.
God.
Pretty
That's
big
amazing.
difference.
Yeah.
I was at 5 hit points. Okay. And then I would like to position myself in the room so that I'm closer to the Emperor and within around 30 feet of everybody else. Like as almost like the middle of the room as I can
Pretty
go.
much exactly where Isaac is. You can kind of back to back with Isaac
So
in
I'm
the center
going
of the
to,
room.
yeah, so then I'll see that Mel and June are together, see Harissa struggling, sort of start moving towards Harissa, but centering myself next to Isaac.
Okay. And just something to keep in mind, the Empressar is hovering in sort of the middle verticality of this room, still up on the higher level, potentially
yeah.
behind the barrier that Saphira saw earlier. All right, Mel, it's your turn.
After that brilliant maneuver that June did with her staff behind her to help stop that extra attack on Mel before, he's going to say, I am so attracted to you.
Let's fucking go.
And then he's going to look at the Empressar and anime style, he's going to point his finger and the camera is really close on the finger kind of thing. And looking at the Empressar, he says, you look like a snack that's light, enough to slake this appetite. And he's going to cast Hunger of Hadar.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what is that?
What is that?
So in this world, I think the flavor we're going to put onto it is it opens up a gateway to that strange place of memory that Mel and June tumbled down into in Ganbald's office when Demoiselle was causing all kinds of chaos. Because the void creates a warp in the fabric of space, and the area is difficult terrain. And there are soft cacophonies of whispers and slurping noises that can be heard up to 30 feet away. So lots of people hear them. It means that on the beginning of the Empressar's turn, they're going to take 2d6 cold damage.
Oh, my God.
And on the end of their turn, if they don't save on a dex save, they take another 2d6 acid damage.
Holy shit. Okay, I need to.
That's really cool.
I need to look at the thing. It's a sphere. Jesus.
Yeah, it gets him on his
bubble.
volume too, bastard.
Fuckity fuck.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Okay.
Well done. Say it, that was
Incredible.
awesome. What cool stuff.
And this thing,
Very, very
this thing's
good.
force field is not magic resistant. Fantastic. Insane.
For bonus, he's gonna yell over towards Saphira, all you need is deep inside. You trust your heart just as I do. And grant some bardic inspiration. As movement, I think he's just gonna sweep June into his arms and kiss her.
Please take inspiration. That's fucking adorable.
Yes,
I love it.
Most inopportune times to be
June,
making out.
It's your turn.
Guard looks at
Never
Guard looks
another
at
chance.
Isaac. Don't get any ideas.
I wasn't. What you thought? Well, maybe. No, let's focus.
Well, now that you say it.
She's gonna let herself be like princess kissed. And her while that's happening, she's gonna send her echo over to one of the vines.
Take inspiration, please, because you figured out a way to sit in the cinema of this without having to disrupt your fucking action economy.
It's like kissing with one eye open, just like.
Yeah.
You're going to send the echo over toward Saphira, yeah?
I'm gonna send it over towards Saphira.
Cool.
And I'm gonna start taking some smacks at it.
Yeah, fuck
with
it
my
up.
quarterstaff. That's a natural 20 for
Oh,
27.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that is 10 points of damage.
Incredible.
I'll throw stunning strike on that
Yeah, hell yeah.
as
Okay.
well.
That's a con save. Mm-hmm. This thing
Where
gets a
did it go?
plus 10 to con saves.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I'm so sorry. One of this thing's features, Expose Bond. The bond between the Empressar and the world is manifest in blood vines. The Empressar has disadvantage on saving throws to resist bond manipulating effects like Stunning Strike.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Sick.
That's a 28. So, the 18
But
God damn it.
that's it.
That's
so
good
sick.
to know. Okay. Well, I hit him again. Does a 20 hit?
A 20 does hit, yes.
Okay. And I'll throw stunning strike on that as well.
All right, let me go ahead and roll, and while you do damage. Does a 13 save?
15. It's a 15.
It's a 15. Okay. This thing fails its
great.
save. Before you do damage, this thing is going to use an effect because of the stunning strike. Oof. 20. Jesus. This thing takes 20 points of damage, and the tendril that you are fighting dies, lands on the ground. It is not stunned.
It just because it's
So it can
dead.
hurt itself so it doesn't get stunned.
Yeah.
This thing's
that's
legendary
intense.
resistances are infinite, but gated behind damage.
Oh, crazy.
Okay.
That's a cool mechanic.
I like that.
Interesting.
But you did
Right
an
on.
extra 20 damage. That's
You did an
massive.
extra 20 damage, which
Yeah,
is not
cool.
nothing. The other thing that's true is that you just lost your target. So now the nearest blood vine that's not potentially behind one of these barriers is the big central trunk in the middle of the room that's 15 feet above Isaac's head.
What enemies are near June and Mel?
No one. They
think
all got
anyone
thrown to the room.
June's gonna pull away from Mel, and turn around and throw a poison dart at the trunk.
Okay.
Does a 26 hit?
It does. How much damage do you do?
I do 7 points of damage.
And that's piercing?
That is piercing. How
Okay.
do I roll for poison?
You don't.
Or do
This
I
thing
do
is
that?
immune.
Cool.
Immune to
GTK.
poison? Gross.
All right. That's June's turn. Saphira, we're over to you.
So I've got June's Bond next to me. The first thing I want to do is re-summon Sphinx. And then you just hear... and then Sphinx arises out of the ground in a little of like sprinkles and stardust and amazing things. Oh yeah, baby! You thought you could get rid of me like that? Ha! I am back. I am back to full HP. Fuck you! And Sphinx is back.
this lizard.
Who said that?
My bonus action, because I can do a little bonus action spell, is cast Divine Favor
What does that do?
So until the spell ends, your weapon attacks deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage on a hit. And I'm going to cast that on June.
That's real. Oh, you're going to put it on June because she has so many attacks?
Yes.
That's so
Cool.
Yes!
That's really
go!
cool.
Oh, that's brilliant. The synergy. The power of friendship.
So she just kind of turns and then just winks at you, and then you just feel like a ooh, like your hair kind of like stands on end, like in the Studio Ghibli kind of like things, and then you get divine favor. Yeah.
Ooh, so wait, okay, so that's that.
It's a D4 radiant damage on every attack.
Thank you.
Okay. We are going to go through the Blood Wardens. First one is going to stand up and charge guard. Does a 20-something, 23?
Yeah, 23 hits.
Okay, cool. You take 10 points of slashing damage, halved to 5. Second attack misses. Isaac, one's going to come at you. Let me check the thing. Nope. Okay. Does a 24 hit?
Yes.
Cool. You are going to take 6 points of slashing damage.
Got it.
Second attack, 12. So it misses. These are clumsy. Clumsy boys. And a 20 hits, I think. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. You take another... Ooh. 12
Oh,
points
and
of slashing damage.
my Spirit Guardian's still up.
They are all going to take damage. Fail, success, fail. So it's... You want to reroll damage?
Please.
Yeah.
Oh, much better. 18 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
Amazing. None of them die.
How many wardens are left alive right now? 2?
All 3 of them. You guys haven't killed any of them. They're all up on Isaac and guard now.
Is that the end of the warden's turn?
It is.
At the end of their turn,
Yeah.
Guard is going to take his stone anchor arm and slam it into the ground, and you are going to see almost like ley lines growing across the floor of this chamber. These runic filigree shunt across the ground, and the stonework kind of start to attempt to lift up around one of the wardens. I need them to make a wisdom saving throw.
That is going to be a 7.
When a creature ends its turn within 30 feet of me, I can do this. They have to succeed on a saving throw. It fails. On a failure, it is charmed by me.
Ooh.
While charmed in this way, its speed is 0.
Yeah.
And it is incapacitated, which means it can take no actions. The creature can remake the save at the end of each of its turns, but that is the only way this breaks. So damaging it, anything like that, doesn't end it.
So it's a save at the end of each of its turns, which is going to be forever from now.
Till then, its movement speed is 0 and it has no actions, as these bits of the floor that are sort of animated with runic ley lines are almost coming to life, creating like these like half-shapen guardians sort of forming almost like mannequins out of the ground, like gripping this guy.
That's so fucking
Cool.
sick. Let's fucking go. Okay. That's Guard's reaction and all of the Warden's turns. Isaac, you're up.
Question: because I dropped, you said the Empressar or the big tree trunk is 15 feet above?
Yeah, the like thick vine that's coming out of the Empressar's mouth is about 15 feet immediately above you in the center of the room.
Spirit Guardians is 15 feet.
Is it a sphere?
It's a sphere.
Yeah. Let's fucking go.
I love thinking about
Patrick's
Patrick and
face.
Mason planning this fight and not accounting for area effects, ongoing area effects.
All right, this is a save. This is a save.
That's
This is going to
funny.
be for 18 points of damage. That is fuck me. That's a failure. 18 times 2 is a lot, huh?
36.
Oh, it's vulnerable to radiant. I missed that.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah, you
asked.
get double on radiant. So Sam's going to be basically doing 2d4 like every fucking time. she
All right,
whacks
Isaac, this
someone.
thing is going to drop this vine. Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
16 points of damage as it drops this trunk like vine. And I need dex saves from everybody, but I guess
That's
the one warden that is now just dead because it can't move.
Oh, I can't move. Oh, buddy. 19.
Okay, Isaac, you are going to jump out of the way. No damage.
19.
Okay, you both jump back and out of the way as you I think there's straight up just a Wile E. Coyote moment here. I think that you guys are standing in this center of this room and you're fighting, you're doing all your stuff. All these stones are coming up and Guardian grabbing the ankles of this guy, holding him in place. And then the two of you just kind of look at each other and then you look up and then you look back at each other and then you look up. And then you look back at each other and realize that Spirit Guardians has been ripping this thing to fucking shreds above you. And you see the Empressar twitch. Its arm, falls off and is hanging there by, sinew and blood vine mess. And it decides to drop the vine from its mouth. It rots in place, falls straight down. Isaac, can I please get you to roll me, we're going to say 4d6 falling damage.
10 points of damage.
All of the wardens die. Jesus Christ. And that was the last blood vine that was pushing into the nether space at the moment. Jesus Christ.
Get wrecked. That's right.
Well, Isaac, it's your turn.
Isaac's gonna, because I only have 20 hit points, Isaac's gonna take out that Demoiselle coin.
You all are having a busy day, huh?
Yeah, well,
Thanks,
We're
Coco.
having the busy day.
Love you.
saving the world and all that fun stuff. And he just bites it and bends it.
Fucking prospector.
And then the feathers pop out of his mouth and he's just oh, I feel a little bit better.
Have you all killed the Empressar yet? That was kind of the whole point.
We're working on it.
Working on
All
it. Working on it.
all right. I'll check back in later.
Your call is important to us. Thank you.
Incredible. Go ahead and bring yourself back up to half health and put Death Ward on.
I would ask that Isaac would look to the Empressar and just look for anything else that's menacing in the room.
Well, you see that a black hole of nightmare visions of death have just opened up around it, so that's kind of perplexing and concerning.
Is that ours?
Is that ours?
Yep, I
Okay.
did that.
Oh, okay.
But stay away from it. It'll still hurt you.
Yeah, the communication is key here.
Call your
Yeah, me
shots,
sweat.
fam. Call your shots.
All right, and that's my turn. Oh, last thing.
Yeah.
30-foot radius. What would put me at a 30-foot radius for everybody? Do I need to be back to back with guard again, or?
More or less, yeah. I'd say that's about right.
I think I'd move there.
We'll say
end
you're
of my
gonna
turn.
put yourself within 30 feet of everybody.
Yes.
Kind of move off center of the room. Cool.
Yes, I have a thing. If I survive the next round.
We need to pull back because some things have happened. You all have killed the last remaining ads, effectively, in this space. The Blood Wardens and Fosses are all dead. Scepter, gone from existence. And the Empressar, such as that is a singular thing, and not simply the manifestation of an idea, of a hateful will to power, has been beaten back into a hole, quite literally. And I think that you all see more crunching and gnashing as blood vines push out of the chest of this god thing, carrying bits of rib and marrow as it forms arms. 2, 4, 8, 20.
What?
And it jerks to the right and is sucked back as the arms carry it up into the ceiling space, out from behind its protective barrier, and begin to rain vines down upon you. Saphra, you see one plummet toward you, and Sphinx leaps up, grabs it, snares at it for a second, spits it out, and it recoils slightly. I rolled an at 1.
Nice.
Not this time. That's what.
June?
He's ready. He was ready.
Does a 20 hit?
Just hits.
Cool.
Are you rolling a bunch of dice right now?
You take not as much as I would have thought, 27 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Does she have to do that if she's down?
No. If you are down, you do not need to make a wisdom saving throw. You go down,
I'm
your
down.
echo
Oh,
vanishes,
shit.
you are on the ground. I need everyone within 30 feet of Isaac, which is everyone, to please make me another wisdom saving throw. Obviously, except June.
Oh, nat 20, baby.
Well, that's too bad. I guess maybe something bad will happen to me because I only rolled a 23 then.
Very good.
Yeah.
What's the bonus we get being close to Isaac?
I think you're
Plus 4.
I don't think you're within 10
Oh.
feet.
It might just be me.
Alright.
I think
that's
it's just
within
Guard that
10
gets
feet.
the bonus. So,
All right,
But
well,
it helps.
12 for Melmanon.
okay.
Oof.
Because Mel, you are the only one who fails. You feel a blood vine push up through the ground, grab you by your ankle, and heave you toward the entrance of this room. And you land your back against one of the beams of the door and slump down. And then the Empressar, hanging from the ceiling, punches 4 more thick tendrils out into the nether space. And I need someone to roll on behalf of the Reclaimer Defenders. They are going to get advantage on this roll, as the vines need to make up for lost ground. Thank you very much, Isaac and Spirit Guardians. You are trying to beat a 7.
Natural 20.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's right.
Hey, Emily.
That's right. Yeah.
What does this look like as Selwa Roxa leads an army of undead against these against these bloodvines?
I imagine there's like a field. A lot of them are down, broken in pieces, and it seems still for a moment. Roxa gets up, kind of wipes some kind of viscera off of her face, and just wills, kind of like raises her hands up, and all of the things around her just start coming back together again, and they just sort of rise up out of the ground, just bits, and they just surge forward and start hacking with renewed vigor.
We are back at the top of initiative with our ally rolls. We cut to the docks. Big Paul has an axe borne against a warden and a little monkey on his shoulder. Sayer, you are trying to beat a 6.
13.
Okay. We win this one. I am going to make the save for the wardens. It's a nat 20. However, Big Paul has a chance to rally troops here. Could I please get another d20 from Big Paul? You are trying to beat a DC 17.
15.
Oof.
Okay, that's not terrible. It doesn't succeed, but it's not terrible. Big Paul brings this axe down, cleaving this warden's head clean off of his shoulders. And he turns to face the throngs of Altair citizens fleeing for their lives. And for a moment, he is overcome with the trepidations of leadership. An old feeling for Big Paul, who grew up in the neglect and cold of a family dedicated to to trying to keep people safe. And that split second of waver is enough for another warden to kick him in the back, and he stumbles forward. He takes a knee. Prometheus skitters around, and in between the legs of a Tanine soldier who leaps up, kicks off of Big Paul, and brings his scimitar down into the neck of this next warden. They are holding their ground. And we circle back around to Guard. Guard, you see no shortage of blood vines to potentially attack. And the Empressar is up there somewhere in the dark.
Seeing June's body, Guard is going to leap and charge towards the vine that just took her down. And I'm going to position myself so I'm standing over her body. And I will make 2 attacks against this blood vine. First one coming in, natural 20.
Yes!
Yes! Fuck it
Don't
up.
fuck with my friend, with my BFF.
So it does 24 damage on the first hit.
Okay.
And then I shall come in for a second attack. 24,
That hits.
15 damage on the second attack.
Guard, you slice at this thing. You take a chunk out of it, cut off its tip. You start slicing again. You're like pruning it back toward the Empressar with these hits. You're doing a fair slug of fucking damage. But the Empressar remains.
For sure. Just to be on the safe side. I'm going to use my second wind as my bonus action.
All right, that's Guard's turn. Mel, you are prone on the floor by Reevesy. You are probably about 45 feet from the majority of your friends.
Okay, he's going to spend half his movement to get up. And because he's now a little bit further away, he's going to finally acknowledge that he's not doing too well in the health department. And he's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay.
Yes, good. Correct.
Very good. Yeah, yeah, very
At
good.
second level. And so under his breath, he just says, "If you be wounded, have no fear. These maladies shall disappear."
Does that work if anybody does it, or is that kind of a you thing?
No, I mean, Reevesy, I wish that you could just say the poem and it worked, but I think there has to be a little bit of the, the magic on the end of that. But I appreciate your help. But look, you go check on June, would you?
Aye, aye. We'll deal with Reevesy in a second. Is that that's movement and action from you? Do you have bonus? You want to throw Bardic to somebody?
Yeah, I'm going to throw it to Isaac.
Reevesy runs over to June. Excuse me, Mr. God. I've been instructed to help the patient.
Guard steps back a little.
Appreciate it, buddy. And Reevesy drops to his frog knees and starts rummaging around in June's stuff. Rolls a nat 20 to find the good berry. Pulls out this little chocolate and goes,
Correct.
Well, Mr. Lapagnon was kind of non-specific about what to do, but I figure a little chocolate never hurt any bad situation. And he's going to pop it in your mouth, and you are back up at 1 HP.
Yeah.
Don't die on me, June! Ah!
Thank you.
Anytime. On Mel's turn in initiative, specifically.
Good to know.
June, it's your turn.
Getting up to her knees, she's gonna pull out the token, the brown token for Demoiselle.
Okay, listen,
And-
I'm more than willing to help, but how many of these things do you guys fucking have?
Enough.
I think I might have the last one.
Okay, all right. You're back.
All right.
Half health.
Half health.
Demoiselle and Gambald are at like a brunch, a Sunday brunch.
Yeah.
And she keeps getting a call. She's like, I'm so sorry, baby. Hold on.
Pager won't stop going off.
Fucking mimosas. She's on her 4th and she's
Yeah,
like, fuck's sake.
they're living their best lives right now. And we're just in the
Why
way.
couldn't you put it on silent? Just put it on silent. Don't disturb. Is that an action?
Yeah.
Am I within arm reaching distance of a vine?
Yeah, the one that Guard is currently slashing at that tried to kill you.
Okay. I want to try to grab hold of that with unarmed strike. Does a 22 hit?
It does.
Okay, she's gonna put stunning on that.
Okay, let me go ahead and roll stunning. That's going to be a con save. This thing is a plus 10. That's a 13. Holy shit. I'm going to need to do this again.
It's gonna hurt itself. Yeah, that's right.
It can't be stunned because then it can't get the fucking reclaimer. It just can't do that. Okay, it's just going to take the fucking damage. 10, 20 damage again. It's going to just drop the tendril.
Okay, she's gonna look up at Guard and say, hey, remember when we used to train together and we did that like launching thing?
Yeah.
All right, can I get on your back and just throw me whenever you get a chance, okay?
Right now, Guard is like 14 feet tall.
Massive.
Perfect.
So Guard leans down to you. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I imagine that his head stays the same size.
Yes.
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 Perfect.
So this massive iron giant type form leans down to you, and his head, he makes eye contact with you, and he just sort of puts out his hand awaiting you.
She taps her forehead to your head for a second before getting into your hand. That will be my turn.
All right, Saphra, it's your turn.
Harissa locks in on where the tendrils are kind of going into the nether, and again, without pulling out a bow, manifests one out of divine light and fires it into the mass. So I got a 20, dirty 20.
A dirty 20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
25 damage, baby, and that is divine.
Get it.
Wonderful
Radiant
damage
damage.
straight from Jonathan.
One of these vines just absolutely dissolves, and you catch a glimmer in its radiant glow of half of the face of the Empressar broken away from the rest of its skull. And it turns to look at you, and its eye falls out and plummets to the ground, and another vine pushes through that space. Isaac, you're on deck. You are 30 feet away from everyone except Mel.
Gotcha. I'm gonna run up to that one and make sure they're in the radiant damage of the spirit guardian.
Oh shit, yeah. Let me go ahead and roll. Wisdom save?
Yes.
That's a failure. Go ahead and roll damage.
17.
Okay, times 2.
Jeez Louise.
I'm so glad I chose cleric and you're a paladin. Like, this radiant damage is gonna fucking clutch.
Yeah. And I'm gonna take my first attack. I'm pretty sure it's my first attack.
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck it up.
18. Does 18 hit?
Just.
Ooh, all right, we now know it's 18.
6 points of slashing damage with the High Scepter's Iron Sword. And then, of course, we're going to put some smite on this. Is this a fiend?
Yes.
Nice, and that's another D8.
Yeah!
19 points of radiant smite damage.
Which is 38.
38. Still up?
Yeah, it's still up. But you guys have brought it below a specific threshold, which we'll get into here momentarily.
Fantastic.
Ooh.
I'm going to swing at it with my second attack.
Okay.
Oh, son of a... It was on the natural 20 and then it moved to the 14.
That's okay. I mean, it's just 22.
Still-
22 is still good.
22
22 is still
hits.
good.
22 hits.
Yes.
22 is still good.
12 points of slashing damage, and we're going to put another second level smite into that.
gonna put another smite that. Yeah, we are.
Yes.
16 points of radiant damage.
Woo!
It's another 32 radiant damage. Let's fucking go.
Isaac, you absolutely shred this bloodbind. It is gone. It is dead. That is going to be the end of your turn and the beginning of the Empressar's turn. And like I said, we have passed a very specific threshold for this thing. You guys see hunks of blood vine gore drop from the ceiling and land on the blood wardens, congealing around them, and they rise to their feet. They are going to go ahead and take their turns first. First one is going to chase down Guard. That's going to be a fucking miss.
take it.
Next one is gonna try to hit. That's gonna be a fucking miss. I rolled a 3 and a 4 and a 3 and a 6. And the last one is going to slightly more cleverly go for June. And that's a nat 20.
Throw my shield.
Disadvantage?
Disadvantage. Even if it hits, it's not gonna be a crit. Hell
Okay.
no.
I'm gonna roll I'm gonna roll again.
It's another nat 20.
It's another nat 20.
Don't
Really?
say
Oh my
it.
god, are you
Really?
joking?
June, you take
That's insane.
18 points of bludgeoning damage
You're still up.
Okay.
Still up.
as this thing thwacks you upside the head and you feel blood vines wrap around your chest. You are grappled and restrained. Now the Empressar is gonna take its attacks. Isaac, does a 22 hit?
Just hits.
You take 40 points of necrotic damage.
As that strike is going to hit Isaac, Guard is going to reach up with the hand that is not holding June, the hand of Demoiselle. He is going to grab that attack ethereally out of the air and redirect it at himself. So I will take that 40 necrotic damage.
Whoa.
Dang.
And then I'm going to make eyes with Isaac and just quietly in my head kind of reflect on the conversation that we had earlier.
A vine snakes its way around your wrist and pushes up into the space between your head and your chest piece. You take 40 points of necrotic damage. I need a wisdom saving throw.
I fight for love, and I get a natural 20 on my wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Guard, you
Fight for love.
reflect on all that you have learned, everything that you have decided to be, and that you have come to realize you always were. And you feel the will of a man attempt to dominate your actions. And you choose to ignore it. However, we have another one up on Isaac. Does a 19 hit?
Does not.
Yes. Good. Get
The
fucked.
shield comes back just in time and just blocks it.
Guys, if I had 3 chairs, I would throw 2 of them against the wall to break them. But I have 1, so I won't do that.
All right.
Good call. Good
Fair
call.
enough.
And this thing drops one last one down, furiously trying to take revenge on Isaac. Isaac, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
27. I
Yeah.
have a plus 12 on those saving throws.
Isaac, what does it
Holy
look like
shit.
as this thing goes to do what it did to Saphra and drain you of your will, and you deflect? What does that look like?
I don't know if we can see a god entity's thoughts, but real quick, we're going to zoom in on those as it tries to take over what will Isaac has in a mass of just energy and light. And he just hears, "She's coming for you," as vines shoot out into this God's thoughts, trying to reclaim what is hers.
And we cut. I need a volunteer to please roll me a flat d20 for Matron and the Smoke Spirit and the Skeletal Army. You are trying to beat a 17.
Ew.
Yeah, you should roll it.
Okay, thanks, bud. Thanks.
You got a 1 in 4 chance, 1 in 3
Right.
chance, less than that, 1 in something like that.
Oh, it bounced off the 18 to a 5.
Okay.
Oh.
The Skeletal Army does an incredible job holding back 2 of these 4 vines that have pushed into this space, and one of them simply dissolves as Saphra broils it with radiant fire. But one makes its way around the left flank and matron who is defending the otherwise unguarded position of the Reclaimer rears back, her long, ghostly, snaked body. And she goes to grab this thing, and it pushes into her, lifts her up from the inside, and crushes the life out of her form. And she dissipates, and the vine moves ever closer to the magic circle. Trying to get in.
What's that smoke spirit doing?
He's on the other side. He's on the other side.
Okay.
They defended
He's
hard,
chilling.
you know, last line of defense. I believe in that smoke spirit.
We believe in the smoke spirit. And we are back to the top of the initiative order.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Is that the same smoke spirit from when Sapphire almost got beat up by it?
Yeah.
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 Oh. Yes.
Memories.
That's what I wanted.
You know
Yeah,
what?
he's
I
a
have such a
powerful
bad
time.
memory in life, but I still remember it has a +10 to its attack roll. I don't remember like my
frantically
siblings'
pushing the
birthdays.
button.
I barely remember phone numbers, but I remember that for whatever reason.
We were level 3s. That's something to remember, all right.
You're not wrong.
I was
Yeah.
gonna die.
That is going to be Sligo and Rami. Scrumpy is not going to be able to give advantage on this turn because Scrumpy's influence does not extend to the Palace Island. However, Sligo is going to give you a +10.
Oh.
Classic Sligo.
Sick.
Classic Sligo, dude.
That is a 24.
I can't beat that. I rolled a 2. The meager defensive force trying to hold Sligo back at the gates of this building need to roll a 22 on a flat, unmodified d20 in order to not fail entirely. Can I please get Cinder to roll on behalf of Rami a flat d20?
Oh, it was almost a 15, but it's a 5.
She stands up, sees that this bridge is collapsing beneath her, sees that she is losing quite a lot of blood. All right, Rami. The way I see it, you've got two choices. You could either die a coward, or die with a good story. Let's go. And she runs at the crumbling edge of this bridge, leaps off, and plummets into the dark water. And then Sligo's tail erupts. And we see Rami holding on for dear life, climbing up his scaled back. Sapphire jewels glistening. And she grabs on just above one of his many shoulders as Sligo tears through the front gates and begins to devour every living soul he sees.
Yes!
All right, big boy. Let's see if we can do a job, huh?
That's better than an elephant. I'm just saying. You know, my baby wanted a new elephant. I said, I got something better for you, Shawty.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I rolled really poorly for their save. I rolled really poorly. They failed by a lot.
Good.
Guard,
Who's that?
it is
Who are
it
you
is your,
talking about?
right. They don't exist anymore.
Yeah, right.
Guard. It is your turn.
As I'm trying to lift June up into the air and these vines start wrapping around her, some of them I imagine almost getting caught up in my own hand, I'm going to put the axe on my back for a second, With one hand, I'm going to grab the vine like a creature that I'm grabbing by the throat. And with the other hand, just try to and pull the vine off of June or break it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check. You are trying to beat just this thing's straight up escape DC, which is not crazy.
All right, well, then I think I beat it because I got a 28.
Yeah, you rip June free of all of this. Do you want to throw her?
Yeah. I look down at June. You got this. And then I'm going to look up at the miasma of chaos above us, and like an Olympic shot putter, I think that I'm going to do a 360 crank. Like my whole body's going to spin, except just at the waist. My feet stand still, and and I just try to give her as good of a fling as I could. And if, in theory, I don't want to throw her so hard she gets hurt.
Okay.
But I would love to throw her with enough force and momentum that she is able to use that either to help herself get purchase or maybe to put a little emphasis behind her strike when she
I have absolutely
strike.
no idea how you're going to get purchase, but I am going to tell you that if you are choosing to take your entire turn to just do attacks while you're up there, we can play that game.
Hey, man, I've been practicing catching June falling for a long time. I could try to do it again. And I chuck
every time.
I have slow fall too, so
I will also say that Guard, in this moment, Guard does not want to do this.
Okay.
But he is trying to have faith in his friend. She thinks she can do this, and he is deciding to put his faith in that. And I'm going to chuck her at the... Oh, that was almost a natural 20. Still pretty good. 23. As I try to chuck her up at this
I was
chaos.
looking for a DC 20. June,
hi.
you are going to have advantage on every attack you make next turn. Mel, it's over to you. Reevesy is now at the foot of some of these vine golem wardens, and you've just seen June get launched straight up into the ceiling.
Any of y'all got that sap on you? A little vial to spare? I could use a little magical kick over here.
Saphra and Guard both stop what they're doing and raise their hands quietly, apparently. It's an audio medium, people.
I appreciate the politeness.
After you.
One of y'all wanna chuck that on over here?
I don't
Yes,
believe I have
can
the
throw
action
it.
economy to do so, but if Patrick allows it, I can.
No. So it's going to be Saphra.
Yeah,
who
I
hasn't
will,
taken a turn yet. So
Take out a little glass vial with a cork stopper in it. Catch! And just overbowl it towards you.
All right, he's gonna catch it. Try to catch it.
yeah, you grab it. I'm going to charge Emily a bonus action. It's fine.
All right. As he uncorks this little thing,
Sarah, that was a fucking great. Can we just dial?
I thought you had one. I was like, did you just pop something?
Can we
up?
just dial in on that cork foley? That was fucking great.
okay, he's gonna drink the sap. So he's going to regain one of his spell slots, and he's going to draw his rapier, and as he draws it, surrounding the rapier first of all, and then spreading to all around him is steam. He has cast Spirit Shroud on himself. The flavor that I'm putting on it is, instead of calling forth spirits of the dead to enshroud him, he's calling forth steam from the bathhouse.
Oh, that's cool.
The fucking
That's fucking
pipe.
cool.
The
That's
fucking
so cool.
pipe. You just fist to the wall, and the pipes burst, and steam pours out into this room transdimensionally.
Amazing.
Incredible.
And going forward, I get to choose,
Yeah.
deals an extra 1d8 radiant damage on all of his rapier
Very good.
attacks.
Very good. Very
yeah.
good. That's bonus action. You have an action left.
So I'm going to run forward and attack one of these golems. 20, unnatural.
Okay. Go ahead and do damage.
So that's 11 regular piercing damage plus an extra 4 radiant damage.
Okay. Mel, what does it look like when this thing dies?
Shrouded by steam, Mel runs forward and base slides and just underneath slices right up into the golem as a burst of radiant energy comes from his sword.
That's fucking sick. All right, that's movement, bonus, and action from Mel, and I think that's Mel's turn.
That is.
Okay, June. You are hurtling at Mach 2, Superman-like, at the Empressar. Are you ready to beat the shit out of this thing?
Let's go. That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
This could be it. Let's go ahead. I mean, I don't think this attack is going to do it, but this turn, go ahead and double. You're going to roll double your damage dice, so that includes the radiant.
Double all the dice.
Okay, so I need you to roll 2d8 plus 3.
5, 6, 7, 8.
So now go ahead and roll the 2d4 radiant damage,
6.
double to 12.
Oh my god, it's doubled. That's fucking crazy.
As Emily chimed in quietly in the background, she's going to throw Sphinx's fire damage on this. Please roll me another 2d6.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
Sphinx is like, you got this! I believe
9.
in you!
It's still up.
I'm going to roll again. 20.
That's 20 hits.
9.
For the quarterstaff?
Yep.
And then for the radiant?
3 points for the radiant.
Double to 6, okay.
I'm going to go ahead and put Stunning Strike.
I will see if this thing saves.
Nice.
It does.
Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
26. Okay, that's 5. And that's 4 for radiant.
It's 8 total for the radiant.
All right, and my second Flurry of Blows. 16.
16 does not hit. Did you roll with advantage?
Don't
I
you forget
did.
about me. You have
You
inspiration.
have Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, let's go. Bardic. Okay, I'll use my inspiration.
You have to roll at least a 2 on the d6.
I rolled a 2.
You hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Don't you forget about me.
That's 6 points of Flurry of Blow damage.
Okay. And the radiant?
1 point of radiant damage.
Double
and
to 2. You can action search?
I already used it.
Okay.
Yeah. She is just zipping around this thing, trying to hit it. Just popping around,
June.
jumping off the vines.
You are dancing on the bond as you land blow after blow after blow after blow. And you see that as you land these physical hits, the last scraps of this pathetic creature fall away. And the last hit that you land is actually on a lower jaw. And as you crack it and it breaks free of these vines, you could swear you see it smile as it falls to the ground, and all that is left is the will. And then you begin to fall.
As it's smiling at me, she's gonna open up her arms and free dive back. And before her shoulders disappear, she's gonna throw up both of her hands. Fuck you, dude. As she falls back.
That is June's turn. You guys got very close to ending this.
Goddamn.
Oh my god.
Saphira, we are around to you.
Why ruin a bad thing? We know that Guiding Bolt is working well, so while I got the spell slots, I'm just gonna keep on.
I am gonna say, you can see the Empressar's form, this blood vine mass's form, illuminated a little bit as June is bond boxing with it. So if you were to take a shot at the center mass.
Every time she's punching, there's like a little shine of like divine light, so you just see these little pew 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 like camera flashes as she's like
Yep.
So as I'm witnessing this like strobe effect in this nightclub that we've got going on right now, so can I see the Empressar like starting to fall away like wet cake.
Oh, you have to actively dodge out of the way of like teeth and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, ew. Okay. Blech. So I think the best thing is to still try and help the vine, try and get the vines that are going into the nether space.
You take a shot at another one of the vines?
18.
Just.
Oh, yes. I was like, oh, please.
Go ahead and roll damage.
19 divine.
Good roll. Good damage.
You burn one of these tendrils back, and the Empressar begins to fall. And this massive blood vines, this writhing amorphous form, is going to try to grab back at the ceiling, so it's going to fall relatively slowly. It's not going to hit the ground until its turn, but you have basically shattered its connection to the nether, and it is plummeting toward you all.
I'm going to move out of the way. If it's coming down sort of like on my head.
Smart. Very good.
Makes sense.
Isaac, this thing is about to crash on your head. What do you do?
Is it still alive?
Oh, yeah.
Are there vines around me in guard? Is that what you said?
There are vine golems fighting you in guard. They're the resurrected kind of golem corpses of the Blood Wardens.
Fantastic.
Two of them currently, because one of them died.
Wisdom saving throws.
Start of your turn. One of them is, if you want to roll damage again, Isaac, one succeeded and one failed.
Poopy roll. Just 9 radiant damage.
Okay. They are both still alive.
Okay. Is the Empressar falling towards us?
Yeah. Straight down. Again, it's like it keeps shooting vines out to the ceiling and to the walls to try to slow its descent, but it is falling toward you.
I would like to hold my action until it is right in range of my attack. And if it falls into the Spirit Guardians, it will also be taking damage from
damage from that too.
I would bonus action Thunder Smite.
Okay, you're going to put Thunder Smite on it. Cool.
The vines flipping and just attacking around me, you just feel a vibration to the ground.
Absolutely. This thing, in a desperate last bid, is going to try to fuck some people up. We are going to try to hit Safra. That's a 32.
Jesus.
No,
Did you say, like,
sorry,
if there's
28 to hit.
Oh, just a 28.
I mean, a 28 still hits. That's, yes, fine.
Safra, you take... God, how much damage do you take? 49 points of necrotic damage.
Woof. Okay,
how you doing?
On.
I can't use my
down.
ability anymore to take that damage for you. I have lost it.
The same way since
she's not resistant to necrotic now.
None of us are, I don't think.
How you doing?
I am down.
We're going to get another one that's going to go on Isaac. It's going to try to get in underneath him and interrupt this attack.
Okay.
23.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. 29 points of necrotic damage.
Got it.
And I need a wisdom save from you.
Jesus.
26.
Okay. You succeed on the wisdom save. And this thing falls into attack range. Let's resolve the attack before Spirit Guardians, shall we?
Okay.
I'm like, I just want to help you punch it. I want you to punch it so hard.
Oh, man. What did he get?
What happened? What'd you roll?
Natural 20. Isaac has his sword in both hands, and the vines are wrapped around his legs to give him a stronger stance. And as the Empressar is falling towards him, he just brings the blade up in this sort of uppercut slash, and there's a cacophony of a boom as blinding light shoots out from the attack.
Go ahead
I'm joking.
and roll me damage, please.
19 for just the weapon damage. And then 10 d8, right?
Yeah.
48 radiant damage.
Times 2.
That's like 100 damage.
96 radiant damage.
Someone to punch my desk.
Plus 19. I did like 100 and something in one attack. Oh, I didn't even put the Thunderous Smite on there. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Give everything. I want to know exactly
I just
how
imagine it's like
this guy is.
everything's like frozen and goes black and white, and all the lights are doing this.
Another
strobe light, like,
22 points of thunder damage.
Jesus. 137 damage. Isaac Axtrummer, what does it look like when you kill what remains of the Empressar?
As the Empressar is trying to climb back up the wall slowly, the vines of the Reclaimer of the Spirit Guardian grab those vines and pull them closer. And at the same time, those vines that were holding Isaac down, the thunder from the Thunder's Smite break the ground underneath him and push him up towards the Empressar. And as the blade starts moving through the air itself starts to heat up. And there's a small pop in which sound does not exist in this area anymore. And then a loud sonic boom after that. As he slams into the Empressar's chest. And what little bones are left shatter, and then the entirety of the vines as well as the Empressar turn into just an impact of nothingness and dissolve in radiant light.
We are going to take a moment, and we are going to go through an initiative order, and I want to check in with each of you as you sit in the stillness left behind by this thunderous wreck. And so first, the top of the initiative order is Guard.
Guard takes a beat. And as the tendrils burn away with this radiant fire, nothing physically changes in Guard, but there is a sharpness and a sense of severity to his presence, usually, that just softens a little bit. Almost as if somebody just sort of like toned him down. Almost without thinking, his chest plate is going to glow very faintly, and that glow is going to move up into this crystalline head. And for a second, that head is going to shift and look almost like an eye. And everybody sees very, very faintly Guard's form kind of vanish underneath this ethereal visage of a massive owl-esque creature made of glass and gold, as the visage of the Witness, the god that brought magic and guardians into this world, manifests in the space. As I create a healing aura, I'm actually going to use one of my magic items that I've never used before.
Oh, shit.
The Astronomer's Ring. And I will
yes.
summon the visage of the avatar of the Guardians, the Witness, this ancient deity, before there really even were deities. that will just passively start healing the space. The meteor axe falls to the ground. It's not like he drops it. It's like the axe just releases from his grip and crashes to the ground. And then he looks to his companions and around the space. I think with a sense of calm that, at least for him, is a very new and strange feeling.
Mel, how are you feeling in this moment?
After Mel's sliding attack underneath one of the golems, he's still on one knee as Isaac's attack lands. And on one knee, looking up at Isaac, as he's always looked up to Isaac, as the light of the radiance just basks the room, Mel thinks, this is going to be a moment of legend, and I was here for it. And he thinks about all the times that he and Branvir would go see Isaac in amazing bouts. And he thinks Branvir would have loved this.
June, you land on the ground gently next to Isaac and stand with him in this moment.
I think what she sees when Isaac is eviscerating the Empressar is his bond pushing out and surrounding the area. And there's a moment where she just basks in that. And just her heart just explodes with pride and warmth. And when she finally settles down, she kind of takes a deep breath and can't believe what just happened, but also can. And she looks up at Isaac. Again, the way, just like Mel, the way she always has, also because she's short. And I don't think she says it out loud, but in her head, she's thinking, there's no way Daddy didn't see this. Because that echo had to have reverberated through all points of time and realms and pride. Just pride.
Saphra.
Once Savra had hit the ground, Spinks had instinctively gone over to her, and he watched Isaac as this thing was slow falling, just in this incredible display. And he covers Saphra with a wing just to protect her from the sonic boom and the light. And when Guard scoops her up and takes her over to this avatar of the witness, he sort of lays down next to her. I don't know why you never see all the cool stuff. Either it's too dark or you're dead or something. But I'll do my best to describe it to you. And he gets down and he whispers close to her ear. Isaac was really badass. Everyone was. And you. And me. But Isaac especially this time. You should have seen it. I wish you could have seen it.
You all can take a moment to take advantage of Guard's healing aura, the presence of this invocation of the witness.
Isaac won't take it.
And I think that is because Isaac himself is a little distracted in this moment by something that he sees along the back wall of this space. That now that the screen has been destroyed and that Hunger of Hadar has been dismissed, there's something moving along the back wall up behind the throne.
No. And he's gonna charge towards it.
You all see Isaac peel away, kicking gore and blood off of his boots as he takes to the stairs and trudges up to the throne.
Little bastard. Let's go look around.
Isaac, you see that there is another one of these force fields, some sort of illusory magic, separating the space immediately behind the throne from an alcove. Is your sword, the iron greatsword of the High Scepter, raises to this illusory wall, it vanishes. Isaac, this is your room. The room from which the High Scepter commanded all of the corrupted bond that put the blood vine golems into the world. And you see a knotted and twisting portal of blood along the back wall. Something is moving into this space, and the filigree on the floor glows red. The bonds that tie you to this space glow red. And then... blood vines are sucked back into this room, returning to their source. And they slam into the space, collapse against the floor, tendril their way out underneath your feet. And now all of you see bond and blood congeal into the dying, gasping breath of all of the will pushed out into the world these long centuries. The first form is one that none of you recognize. It is that of a dragon. Long and lithe and fanged and shimmering faintly of gold. The second is a form that Isaac recognizes instantly. Hoofed feet, straight back, rabbit ears and antlers. A blood vine effigy of Pandar the Green. And the last to form in the center of the room begins at the beginning with a blood vine mockery of a wooden sandal.
He takes out the Luna coin. We're gonna need your help. Now. He just places it on his forehead.
You hear echoes. Chaos. Clean. Genesis. And Mel, you feel your magic circle break. This thing is trying to reach to you, Isaac. It can't quite get out.
Isaac looks at the High Scepter's blade. Keep your eyes on me. And the blade that resembles the blood vine-esque-ness of the Empressar, those vines start to deteriorate from it. And there's a more green and nature-like sword as Isaac plunges it into himself and casts Plane Shift.
What?
Blood pours from your abdomen as wooden branches snake their way out and begin to surround you and lift you up.